Another detail coming to light in Senator Warren's tax plan. It's got some eyebrows raised, including mine this morning. Robert Frank joins us with the details.
The line will be, it's not you, it's our taxes. Right. In a couple of years. Now, to avoid Elizabeth Warren's wealth tax, the American rich could turn to a radical solution: divorce. Now, Warren's wealth tax is a 2% tax on wealth over $50 million. So if you have $50 million or less, you don't pay any tax. Tax analysts say that couples with $100 million or less could avoid the tax by divorcing. They would split the fortune in half. That would put each taxpayer below the $50 million threshold. So if a couple is worth $100 million, they would pay a tax under her tax of $1 million annually. Now, if they divorce, they would each be worth $50, so they would pay nothing. As Greg Mankiw of Harvard explained, the Warren proposal entails a $1 million a year marriage penalty. Now, billionaires could also trim their bill. If a couple worth $2 billion divorces, they would save $10 million a year in taxes, since they wouldn't pay that extra 1% billionaire premium. Now, families could also gift part of their fortune to their children to avoid the tax, though it would have to be less than the $11 million estate tax exemption. Now, one of the economists advising Warren on the tax told me that single taxpayers may get taxed over $25 million, so the exemption would be less. So the split actually wouldn't work on wealth over $50 million, quote, unless you marry a pauper. Now, he said that 80% of top wealth holders are married, so they haven't yet focused on this issue.
Interesting. But doesn't it, so how many people would this be, this remedy? I don't know if it's a remedy.
Right, so there are 75,000 families that would be taxed under the wealth tax.
75 families. So the whole
75,000 families.
75,000, not 75.
Correct. 75,000 families.
Only 75. You're working on that.
Which is one of the issues, because how do you get $200 billion in revenue every year from 75,000 families? Now, the other issue is that I'm told by accountants that the IRS, you could actually divorce on paper, continue living in the same house, live your life as normal. Right. And the IRS doesn't investigate, as long as it's a legal divorce, the IRS doesn't investigate divorces for tax reasons. Right. So my point is not so much that this would force couples to split up, but you could just divorce on paper and avoid the tax.
Political question for the senator very quickly. Do you think if Elizabeth Warren were to win the presidency, that this plan would ever get enacted?
Oh, they're going to do everything they can to get a wealth tax. I mean, the easiest thing is to say tax the wealthy. But let's remember, first off, they never collect as much money as they think. And second, they just start at the wealthy and they keep moving it down. When they started income tax, it was just on the rich.
Can I intro him?